miscellaneous topic that we missed on the Changavi show, which is transitioning between sports. I'm going to do this real quick. I know a lot of people don't give a shit. I think the main topic people really cared about was Russia, Ukraine. But the transition between sports. Listen, the 49ers made it all the way to the NFC Championship. I know I predicted them to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe that was the jinx. Maybe it was my dad commenting on my Facebook post on the Changavi show. Maybe it was him saying, "Oh my God, the Niners are pumped up, playing in warm weather. Super Bowl, they go." Maybe that was him. Maybe it was all him. Maybe he caused the San Francisco 49ers to lose. I don't know. Or maybe it was the fact that Jaquaski Tart dropped an interception. There's several different explanations. But the transition, it's been tough, okay? But it's getting there. Yeah, my transition is getting there. I've slowly been starting to look at the NBA standings, talking to my friends, catching up on some NBA stuff. Obviously, I've been, watching the Warriors. Warriors have been killing it, 40-13 right now. But going full time into the Warriors right from like a Niner playoff run is tough. It takes a little bit of time. Last year was way mad easy. I mean, in November, we were packing it up for the Niners. We were like, all right, okay, Garoppolo, a high ankle sprain, half the team out with COVID. Okay, let's say bye-bye to the 49ers. We're going to move on to the actual team of the year, the Warriors. So that's what we did. And it was chilling, and we were good. But this year, the Niners weren't a lost cause, and they were actually a couple of minutes away from the Super Bowl. And if they were in the Super Bowl, I probably wouldn't be in Warriors mode at this point. But that's the way the world works. You don't get everything you want. But I really do love the Golden State Warriors this year, though. I love them every year, but this year is a lot of fun. I like the bench. You know why? Because it reminds me of the bench that we had back in 2015, where you had a lot of veteran pieces, Leandro Barbosa, right? It reminds me of the days when we had Jarrett Jack as the developmental, or not the developmental, but like the veteran point guard, right? I love having Andre Iguodala back, playing off the bench. We got Otto Porter Jr., Jordan Poole coming off the bench now that Clay's back. Not Chris Keza, but GP2, who's been an absolute stud this year on the defensive side of the floor. Like, this team is deep. This team can compete guy for guy. They have 9-10-man rotations, which is what you need in the playoffs. You're competing. Like, when you get to the playoff level of basketball, it doesn't matter as to like how top heavy your team is, because Steph and LeBron can only go 34, 35, 36 minutes a night. You can't have these guys going, it's really nice, basically. Like, I mean, Steph, they were able to do it last year in the play-in, but you saw what an 8-man rotation does. Steph's playing 42 minutes a night. He's exhausted by the second game of the play-in tournament, and they lose, right? But now you have the ability to like rest Steph for way longer because you have guys that you trust, like Jordan Poole. You have Klay Thompson back and healthy. Potentially you'll have James Wiseman coming back as well. But you have guys like Otto Porter. You have guys like GP2. Guys who are great on the defensive side of the floor and also can get you a bucket when the rest of your team can't. And that is, I think, the most integral part here for the Warriors this season to watch, is the fact that our bench is just deeper than ever. And you have these two young guys, Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga, who aren't getting much run, right? They're not starting. So like, they're not looked at as like rookies of the year right now, or like people who are putting up big numbers. But the fact is simple. Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga are amongst like two of the best rookies in this class, because they may not, again, like I said, they may not have the stats. They may not have the 25 points a game that, maybe a Scotty Barnes or a Josh Giddey is getting, right? Playing for a crappy Oklahoma City team where you're getting 35 minutes a night. They may not have those numbers, but the raw potential that they're showing, listen, they may not become, the clutch stars in the playoffs, but for the future, you're building for the future, but you're also competing for a championship. And not very many NBA teams, let me tell you something, are doing both those things successfully right now. So shout out to the Golden State Warriors, 40-13. I'm excited. Clay's back. They got great depth. This team looks deeper than ever. It looks healthier than ever right now. And it looks like and I really hope I didn't put a jinx on it. And they look damn good. And Draymond looks like he's having a kind of a career vitalization right now. You have Clay back, who's surprisingly in way better form than I expected him to be in. You got Steph, who's in a little bit of a slump, but the great ones always get in a slump, but they'll come back. I'm excited. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, expect way more Warriors content, not only on TikTok, but on Instagram. but on this podcast. It's going to happen. The Golden State Warriors season is officially started. I only like to think the Warriors season has started when the Niners season has ended. That's just the way it works in my head. For those of you that are like purely basketball fans, yeah, the Warriors season started game one, right? Obviously. But the Warriors season truly, really did start like as soon as the NFC Championship ended. That's when the Warriors season in my mind started. But I'm excited. The Golden State Warriors, we're almost at the All-Star break, 40-13. This is a great team. They got all sorts of great guys, and I think they're deeper than ever. And I'm really excited to see what they do this year. Expect more Warriors content. Expect me to be more tuned into the season, more tapped into basketball. I'm pumped. But anyway,